Hello, good morning. You ready for yoga? We're going to get started. We're going to have some fun today. I didn't say it was going to be easy, but we're going to have some fun in the process. All right, let's pick that intention word. I'm going to try to stay focused and not have a dance party. So the song selection is some R&B, but also some happy music. And I feel like this is making me feel very happy. So I'm going to pick the intention word. Spread my cards out, give it some good intentions. And then I'm going to see which one we get. Oh, this is a good one. I don't think I've had this one before. All right, I'm going to put the cards away and then I'm going to share the card with you. This is something that is truly underrated. Truly underrated. Today's intention word is simplicity. Sometimes we try to overcomplicate things. We try to make it so much. But we just got to sometimes get back to simplicity. Keep it simple. All right, let's come to the mat. We're going to keep with that simplistic intention, that simplistic approach. You take the word simplicity however it feels for you, however you interpret it today. Maybe it's something you're thinking about. Maybe it's something you need to do. Maybe you're overthinking something. Simplicity. Simplicity. I am going to try to keep my approach today in a simplistic way. My approach to the practice in a nice simplistic way. So we're going to have some fun. So get all of your blocks, get everything you need, because we're getting ready to come to our breath. Oh, simplicity. That's a really good word. A really good word. All right, let's come to the breath. Nice, comfortable seated position. Whatever's comfortable for you. You don't have to have your legs crossed. However your body feels today. Feel free if you also want to have a block underneath of your body. You can also have a block underneath. Whatever works for you. All right, let's get started. Bringing those hands to heart center. Maybe one hand over your heart, one hand over your belly, whatever works for you. We're going to start with our breath, inhaling in through the nose. Inhale in for a count of 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale to a count of 4, 2, 3, 4. Inhale in, 2, 3, 4. Exhale out, 2, 3, 4. Let those shoulders come up on the inhale. Inhale, bring the shoulders up. 3, 4. Exhale it down. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale in through the nose. 3, 4. Exhale, close mouth. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, bring those arms up overhead. We're going to keep it nice and simple today. Simplicity is key. Bring those hands to touch. Bring that gaze up towards the ceiling. Feel that stretch on your back, your shoulders. Lift through the chest. On that exhale, we're going to bring those hands down. Keep them together as much as you can. Bring them all the way down on the mat. All the way down to your comfort. Lower your head. Relax that lower back, relax the legs. We're going to inhale, come back up, engage the core, bring the hands together, press into the hips, bring it up. On that exhale, we're coming back down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Nice and simple. Lower down. Lower the elbows, forearms down. Relax the head. Engage the core on the inhale. Bring everything back up. And our last one, take it down on the exhale. All the way down to the mat. And on that inhale, engage the core, press into the hips and the feet. Bring it back up. Lift up through the chest. Exhale, lower those hands down. Take that right ear down to the right shoulder, fingertips in line with the hip. And take the chin over to the ear to the other side, not the chin. Bring it over to the other side. Gonna take that chin to neutral, tuck that chin in towards the chest. Feel the stretch on the back of the neck. The shoulders lift through the chest. And on that inhale, bring the gaze up towards the ceiling. Rest the head on the back. We're going to release that head, come back to neutral, take those shoulders up and back and up and back. And one more up and back. Very nice. We're going to come to that tabletop position. Bring those hands shoulder distance apart. Feet untucked, hip distance apart. We're going to rock the hips in our circles. So make those circles. We're waking up the body. As we come back, we can lower the belly. As we come up, bring the belly up. So almost like our cat-cows, but we're moving. We're moving the body. Arching up on the way forward, lowering down on the way back. We're going to do that one more time, and then we're going to reverse. Go the opposite way. Reaching up, lowering back. Reaching up, press into the fingertips, lower back. One more, reach up and lower back. Shift those weight towards the heels. Come to that modified child's pose as you lower the forehead down into the mat, lowering those forearms. Feeling the stretch of the shoulders, relaxing your toes. Going to bring that gaze towards the hands. Shift the weight back into the hands into that tabletop position. Tucking your toes, push up for that first downward facing dog. We're going to paddle those feet out here. This is our first one of the day. Paddle your feet out. Moving your hips, bending the knees. Have fun with it. When you're ready, shift the feet down towards the mat. Push away with the hands. Get those heels close to the earth. Maybe even walking in those heels if you need to. Press away with the hands. We're going to bring the gaze up the leg, starting at the top of the feet, walking it up the shin, all the way up the thighs, tucking that chin into the chest. Relax the neck. Press away. We're going to take one more breath. Bringing that gaze towards the hands. Walk the feet towards our hands. This is our first one. Slight bend into the knees in that forward fold. Rest your hands down by your side or maybe behind your legs. Taking that belly on the thigh. We're going to grab opposite arms for a ragdoll pose, opposite elbows. Give yourself a rock from left to right. Feel the sway from left to right as you release the tension in that lower back, the backs of the legs, press into the toes. And when you're ready, release those hands back down. Come to that forward fold, maybe pulling that nose towards the knee. On that inhale, press into the feet, bring those arms back up overhead. Lifting all the way up. On that exhale, forward fold. Really relaxing your head down, tucking that nose towards the knee. Hands to shin for flat back. Planting your hands down, we're going to step back to that tabletop position. So this is our first sun salutation, so we want to take it a little bit easy. Shift the weight back into a toe stretch here. And then shift the weight back into your hands as you press up to that downward facing dog. Now, if it's too much to come down onto those knees, feel free to directly push back to that downward facing dog, and we meet there. Walk the gaze up the leg, tucking the chin into the chest. On that inhale, take the gaze back towards the hands. As we walk the feet towards the hands, come back to that forward fold. On that inhale, bring the arms all the way up overhead. Extended mountain here. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to shin, flat back. Planting your hands down on the mat, we step back and we flow through. We meet in that downward facing dog. If you don't want to flow, again, walking that gaze up the leg, pressing away with the fingertips, tucking that chin into the chest. Bringing that gaze towards the hands, walk towards the front of your mat, back into that forward fold. On that inhale, come all the way up, press into the feet. Bring those arms all the way up overhead, bring those hands to touch. Exhale, forward fold. We got one more. Let's do this last sun salutation. Let's give it all we got. Hands to shin, four flat back. Planting those hands down on the mat, we step back and we flow through to our comfort level. Meeting in our downward facing dog as we push away with our fingers. Bringing that gaze up the leg. Tucking that chin into the chest. And when you're ready, I'm going to bring that gaze back towards the hands as we walk our feet back towards the top of the mat. Come into that forward fold. On that inhale, we come all the way up. Arms overhead, extended mountain here. Hands to touch. Lowering our hands down by our side. We're in that mountain pose. Good morning. How are we feeling? Bringing those feet hip distance apart. We're going to bring those hands out to a T. I want you to take 2 breaths here as you breathe. Feel the arm strength. Again, we're going to bring simplicity into the practice today. So on that exhale, we're going to cross our right arm over top of the left as we hug our body. Hug yourself. Thank yourself for waking up today and joining me, allowing me to be a part of your day. We're going to take those hands out like we're going to grab hands. But this time we're going to take the bottom hand up to the top. And we're going to cross the other one over. Wherever you are, simplicity is key. Even if it's back to back, that's okay. On that exhale, we're going to lift the shoulders up. Lift the shoulders. Again, we're standing in our mountain pose. Feel that shoulder start to stretch. Feel that back start to stretch out. On that exhale, lower those shoulders back down. Still maintain that pose. This is our eagle arms. We're going to do that one more time, but I invite you, if you'd like to come along with me on this simplicity journey, you can cross that right leg over the left. As we take full eagle, we're going to bring those arms up towards the sky. Lift the shoulders. Feel the stretch. Slight bend in the knee as you have the knee crossed over. You can squat down, whatever's comfortable. On that exhale, lower the hands, straighten the leg. Release, unravel, shake it out. That was simple, right? Very simple. Coming back to that mountain pose. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Again, we start by bringing those arms out to T hands. Bring them out. Feel that expansion through the chest. Open up the heart. And this time we're going to cross the left over the right. So cross it over. Hug yourself. We're going to take that arm, lower arm up. Top arm will meet it. Again, we're going to straighten, lift through the shoulders. Lift those arms up. Pressing through the feet. And on that exhale, you can lower them down, lower the arms back down. Still keep them crossed if you can. And then we're going to cross the left over the right. Feel free to kickstand it out. Just leave it here or cross it under. As we lift up, lift those shoulders, having that bend into the knee. Feel free to keep lifting your body up. On that exhale, lower those shoulders down, straighten the leg, uncross, and shake it out. That was simple. Felt good. Come back to the top of your mat if you're not already. Inhale, bring those arms up overhead. Feel the stretch, lift the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Bring those hands to shin for flat back. Planting those hands down on the mat, step back and flow through. We meet in our downward facing dog. Taking our breaths as we walk our gaze up our legs, tucking that chin into the chest, pressing away with our fingertips. On that inhale, bringing that gaze towards your hands, walk your feet back to the top of your mat, back to that forward fold. We're going to bend our knees, have a seat into our chair. We're coming into that sun salutation B. You can keep the knees together, however it's comfortable for you, shifting the weight, elongating the spine. On that exhale, forward fold. We're going to take those hands to shin for flat back. Plant the hands down on the mat, step back and flow through. We meet in downward facing dog. Again, taking those breaths. Taking your gaze up your leg, tucking that chin into the chest, pressing away with the fingers. We're going to bring that right leg up towards the sky. We can open it up for a three-legged dog here. Feel that opening of the hip. Let that foot hang off to the side, keeping your hips and your hands still planted down as we push away with our fingers. We're going to straighten that leg, bend it, and bring it through to frame the hand. Pivot that back foot, come up for that warrior one. You can have the hands together, have the hands open, however your shoulders are feeling today. On that exhale, open up to that warrior two. Lift through the chest, put that bend into the knee. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Bring that gaze all the way back and up towards the ceiling. On that exhale, we're going to windmill those hands down, step back and flow. Take 2 breaths. Press away with the hands. Walk the gaze up the thigh. We're going to lift through that left leg. Again, we can bend it open for a three-legged dog here. Feeling that expansion on the hip. Straighten that leg. Bend it through to frame the hands. Warrior one on our left side. Lift up through the chest as we open up for that warrior two. Bring that gaze over those fingers. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Keep that bend into the knee. You got it. On that exhale, windmill your hands down. We're going to step back and flow through, meeting in our downward facing dog. Coming back to that breath, pressing away with the fingers. Walking that gaze up the leg. Tucking your chin into your chest. We're going to bring that gaze towards the hands as we walk our feet towards the top of the mat. Putting a bend into our knees, coming back to that chair pose. Keeping that spine nice and long. We're going to go right back into that sun salutation B as we forward fold. Hands to shin for flat back. Planting those hands down on the mat as we step back and we flow through. Meeting in downward facing dog. We're going to take 3 breaths, pressing away with the hands. Tucking that chin into the chest. Bringing that right leg up towards the sky. Bend it and bring it through. Frame the hands. Warrior 1. Maintaining that bend into that front knee. Squaring your hips to the top. Open up warrior 2. Keep that bend in the knee. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale to that side angle. Side angle, bringing that forearm down onto the thigh. Sweep the arm up overhead, nice and strong. We're feeling that stretch, lift through the chest. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Oh, that feels good. One more. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. See if we can lift that arm off. Like we're holding on to a ball. Lift through the chest. Hold here. Exhale, turn. We're going to frame the foot with our hands. Come back, step back, and flow. Oh, that felt great. You think we can do that on the other side? All right, let's go. Take that left leg up towards the sky. We're going to bend it and bring it through to frame the hands. Warrior 1 on our left, coming up. Bend into that front knee. Exhale, open up warrior 2. On that inhale, we come to that side, reverse our warrior. And I'm going to turn. Exhale to that side angle. Stretch all the way over. Stretch your hand over like you want to grab someone's hand. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. We're getting into this flow. Inhale, reverse. One breath, one movement. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. This is our last one. Hold it here. Lift through the chest. Take that arm that's on your thigh, forearm down, and grab your imaginary ball. Lift through your chest. Engage that core. Take one full cycle of breath. On that exhale, turn your body towards your toes. Bring those hands down. We're going to step back and flow as we meet in our downward facing dog. Pressing away with the hands. Walk that gaze up the thighs. Tucking that chin into the chest. Bringing that gaze towards the hands, walk your feet towards the top of the mat. We're going to have a bend in the knees and sit in our chair. On that exhale, bring yourself to stand. Shake it out. Very nice. We're going to pedal those knees, pedal the hips, pedal the feet. Move your body. Coming back to that mountain pose as we begin to settle our feet down. Inhale, bring those arms up overhead. Allow the hands to touch, slight back bend here. On that exhale, we forward fold, swan diving down. Holding on to the backs of our legs as we get the nose towards the knee. Tucking that chin into the chest. On that exhale, bring those hands, press into the fingertips into the mat for flat back. Lift through the chest. On that exhale, flatten the hands. We're going to step back into that plank pose or a tabletop pose, wherever we are today in our practice. Holding here for 2 more breaths. And when you're ready, we push back to our tabletop, our downward facing dog. Push back to that downward facing dog, even if you're in your tabletop. Push back to that downward facing dog. Bringing that gaze up the leg, tucking that chin into the chest. On that exhale, we're going to walk our hands to the back of our mat, coming to that forward fold. On that inhale, press into the feet, bring those arms all the way overhead. Bring the arms up to touch. Exhale, bring those hands down. We're at the back of our mat. So we're going to step our feet out nice and wide onto the side of our mat here. So we're off to the side. We're going to take those hands to our hips. Take the heels in, point the toes out. We're going to begin to squat down. So squat down to your comfort. Once you get to your max, feel free to pause here. Take a breath. On that exhale, press back up. Inhale, squat down. Exhale, come back up. Very nice. Release the hands. We're going to incorporate the arms. This time we're going to inhale, come down. Exhale, push up. 2 more like that. Inhale, come down. Exhale, come up. We're going to do 1 more. Inhale, come up. Come down. Inhale, come down. Exhale, come up. Bring those toes to the front of the mat as we heel toe our feet back together. We're still at the middle of our mat. We're going to set our drishti point. Setting our drishti point, which is something that's right in front of us. We're going to shift the weight into that right leg. We're going to bring that left leg up. Hug it in. We're engaging that standing leg. We're focusing on something that is not moving. On that exhale, we're going to release the hands, lower the leg down, shake it out. Very nice. Shift the weight into the left leg. We're going to do the same thing, setting a drishti point. Shift the weight, bring the right leg up towards the chest. Hug it in. You can interlace the fingers, relax the shoulders, press into that standing leg. And when you're ready, release the foot, nice and controlled. Shake it out. We're coming to the top of our mat. We're going to inhale, bring those arms up overhead as we press into the toes. Exhale, we're going to sit back into that chair. Bend the knees, sit back into the chair. Those hands can touch wherever you are. Then we're going to begin to squat all the way down. Squat your body all the way down. Come down onto your bottom. Come down into a nice seat. We're lifting up through the chest, keeping those knees bent, feet flat on the mat. Lift up into the chest. If you have it available, lift those arms up as well. Engage the core. Bring that drishti point forward, setting those shoulders back. On that exhale, twist towards the right. Lower the hands down, one hand behind you. Twist and look behind you. Lift through the chest. On that inhale, bring those arms back up to center. Face forward. On that exhale, twist left. Bring one hand behind you. Look behind you. Lift up again through the chest. And on that inhale, come forward. Bring both arms up overhead. Exhale, lower your body down. Tuck your tailbone under. Come all the way down on your back. Take a moment to breathe here. We're halfway through. I can almost hear what you're saying. We're going to hug those knees into the chest. Give it a rock from left to right. Relax that lower back. Get that lower back as flat on the mat as possible. As we rock from left to right, you want to give that lower back a little massage as we press into that lower back. So maybe do it a little bit slower so you really get to feel that lower back stretch. We're going to lower down the right leg as we hug in the left. Lower that right leg all the way down. Hug that left leg in. We're going to extend that leg. Extend the left leg forward. Flex the toes back towards the body. You're hugging that leg towards your body. Keeping a slight bend into the knee. Relax the shoulders. Going to hug that knee back into the chest, putting a bend back into the knee. And letting that knee cross over your body. Let the knee fall. Take the hand closest to the thigh, onto your thigh. Turn away. Look at your back hand. Feel that stretch on your hip. Relax your knees. Let your shoulders relax. Coming back to the simplicity of the breath. Going to release that hand, bring that knee back into the chest. Roll out the ankle. Go the opposite way. Then we're going to switch. Hug the right knee in, lower down the left. Hug that knee into your chest, relax your shoulders. We're going to extend the leg, keep the bend into the knee, flexing those toes down towards your body. Feeling that stretch. Maybe if it's intense, you might rock the body just to get yourself comfortable. Knowing that our bodies are not symmetric, so one leg might be a little better than the other, it's okay. We're going to put a bend back into the knee, roll out the ankle. Go the other way. And then cross that knee over our body, letting that knee fall. Take the hand that's closest to the thigh onto your thigh, not your knee. Turn your gaze away from your knees. Let your hips relax. Let your toes and fingers relax. We're trying to get that shoulder onto the mat as we invite this gentle twist into our bodies. Coming to the breath. Release any tension from your fingers as well. On that next inhale, bring that knee back into the chest. Hug it in. Reach down, bring that left knee in, hugging both knees into the chest. Give it another rock from left to right, pressing into that lower back. See if we can make circles. Circles in the ceiling with our knees. The circles can be as big or small as you want it. It's truly up to you how big you want your circles to be. We're going to pause and then go the other way with our circles. So we're engaging our core as well as that lower back. Take one more revolution around. Hug the knees into the chest. Take the feet up towards the ceiling as we flex those toes down towards our body. Press into that lower back. Bring the shoulders to relax. Wiggle those toes overhead. Maybe see if you can get the big toe to move by itself and then the other two toes to move. Point the toes up towards the ceiling. Flex the toes back towards your body. Spread your toes out wide. And then give those knees a hug in. Nice and wide this time. We want to take each knee towards the shoulder. Hugging those knees in. Give it a rock. Now this is a modified happy baby. If you'd like to take full happy baby, you can bring your hands to the tops of your feet. Press into the feet, bringing those knees down towards the mat, and then rock. Whatever way that's up to you, keeping it as simple and as comfortable as possible. We're into that stretch now. We really just like to relax ourselves here. Slowing down that heart rate. Take one more breath. And wherever you are, we're going to close those thighs up like a book. Give it one more rock as we take the knees and the feet down to the mat. So feet flat on the mat. Walking those heels in towards your glute. Pivot your hip to where that lower back is flat on the mat as possible. So readjust. We're going to bring those hands down towards the heels. We can walk those heels in towards our fingertips. If our fingertips don't quite reach, we can always bring those elbows in towards the rib cage. We're going to press into the feet as we lift the hips. Bringing those hips up towards the ceiling. Press into the feet. Engage the quads. Lift your hips just a little bit higher. We're counter stretching all of those forward folds that we did, all of that chair pose. We want to counter all of that. Press into the feet. Engage your quads. On that exhale, lower your body back down. Give your knees a rock from left to right. That felt great. We're going to do that one more time. So again, walking those heels in, maybe feeling the fingertips, maybe bringing those elbows in. On that exhale, press into the feet. Lift the hips up. Press up. Press up as high as you can. Relax the neck. Relax the shoulders. Press into the toes. Lift those hips a little higher. Engage your core. Engage your quad. And on that exhale, release it all down. Hug your knees into your chest. Oh, lift the hips. Give it a rock from left to right. Oh, that felt great. We're going to take those arms up overhead, keeping those knees into the mat. We're going to just let our knees fall over. We have both arms up overhead. Now, typically we do our supine twist, but we're going to feel this a little bit differently. If this is any pain on your shoulders, feel free to bring your hands down to goalpost arms. We're going to engage our core, keep those knees together, bring it up and over to the opposite side. Let it fall over. Keep breathing. And on that inhale, going to bring those knees up towards the chest. Oh, flex the feet up towards the ceiling. We're going to flex those feet out one more time. Flex the toes down towards your body. And when you're ready, nice and controlled, we're going to lower our legs down. Down until it reaches the mat. Engage your core. Keep those palms up towards the sky. Lower the feet all the way down. Nice and controlled. Nice and slow. And when your feet get there, relax your feet. Take 2 more breaths. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Inhale one more time. Exhale, release. We're going to take those hands down by our sides, or one hand on our heart and one hand on our belly. We're relaxing our bodies here. Coming to our breath. The simplicity of the rise and the fall of our chest. The simplicity of just keeping things simple. It seems sometimes so hard because we always want to overcomplicate. We always want to over-explain. But sometimes we just have to keep it simple. It's the simplicity of life sometimes that really brings us the joy. We don't even realize the little simple things that bring us so much happiness. Simple things like just being able to lie down on our mats. Simple things like having 5 minutes of stillness. It's the simplicity of life that keeps us going. We love to overcomplicate. Of course, we love the eccentric and crazy things of life. But we also can enjoy the simplicity. As we seal our intention, we're going to take 2 more breaths in silence, letting the simplicity of our breath guide us. And when you're ready, gently inviting simple movements back into your body. Maybe a wiggle of the fingers, a wiggle of the toes, letting your breath deepen. Simply hugging one leg in at a time until both knees are in towards your chest. Rolling over to one side. Cradling your head if you need to, allowing your body to take up space. Take 2 more breaths here. Enjoying the stillness, enjoying the calm. And when you're ready, we're going to use that top hand to push ourselves back up into a nice comfortable position. I'm going to invite you to just take one little roll as we bring ourselves into a little circular motion. As we take our hands to heart center, I want you to thank yourself for showing up for you today, showing up for yourself, the mat. Thank your body for showing up, allowing you to practice today. I thank you for allowing me to be a part of your morning and a part of your day. I want you to take this energy, this simplicity, this good feeling off the mat and onto your day. I want you to share it with others. I thank you so much for joining, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Namaste. I thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this. I do want to make sure that you continue on with your practices. Continue to, even if you want to take more practices today, if not, you've checked something off of the list. You've done something well for the day. Feel free to enjoy and relax the rest of your day. Let me know how you enjoyed your practice. Let me know in the comments. And I just thank you for joining. I thank you for even turning on and watching me and being a part of my journey, because we're all in this together. And I thank you so much. I want you to enjoy the rest of your day. I really do mean that. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. One more thing before you go. Don't forget to like this video and also leave me a comment below on how you enjoyed today's practice. I am very, very interested in your journey and how you're enjoying your classes. Please remember to also subscribe to the channel and then also hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when I go live. I hope to see you in the next video, and until then, don't forget to live life with intention.